This is Chris Powell from the Couch Coach Live podcast, and we're live here at City Stadium where the Richmond Kickers and the Westchester SC went to a 4-4 draw. Man, what a tremendous game here for both of these teams. Action-packed from start to finish. The highlight for the Richmond Kickers, you had two guys in Darwin Espinal and also Joshua Kirkland scoring a brace, which is essentially 2 goals apiece. Darren Espinal, now coming into this game, he had 3 goals. Now he has 5 goals following today's game. So, like I said, from start to finish. In the second minute, you had Darwin Espinal scoring the first goal, putting the Richmond Kickers up 1-0. And then Noah Powder for Westchester in the 8th minute tied this game at 1-1. And Darwin Espinal scored another goal in the 32nd minute to give the Kickers a 2-1 lead at halftime. Then in the second half, we talked about Noah Powder, his brother, Samori Powder, scored in the 53rd minute to tie this game at 2-2. And then Joshua Kirkland scored a goal in the 63rd minute to give the Kickers a 3-2 lead. And then you had Connor McGlynn for Westchester scoring in the 83rd minute to give them to tie this game at 3-3. And then we had stoppage play in the 90th minute, and after the 90-minute mark, we had Juan Carlos Orion scoring on a penalty kick to give Westchester a 4-3 lead. But the Kickers did respond in the final minute of stoppage play, where you had Joshua Kirkland get his second goal of the game, and this game ended in a 4-4 tie. So following today's game, we did talk with Head Coach Darren Sawatzky and several other Kickers players. Check it out right here.
And in USL Championship and are very good. They can make the game and defend. We need to make sure they were under pressure. Hayden provided that pressure, helped create the first goal, and did a marvelous job for 60 minutes.
All right, Coach, obviously following Westchester's penalty kick, what did you think about your team's mental resilience in those late moments of that game?
You know what? That penalty kick was absolutely unwarranted and not good enough. And our guys, instead of bitching and moaning, they went and got the ball, went right down the field, marched down and found a goal. So I'll call it a character game.
Absolutely. That's it for me. Josh, man, congratulations on your first career goal and also getting a brace. Walk me through your second goal in stoppage play.
Second goal, I think it was the 98th minute. Obviously, we had just gone down because of their PK, so like I said, it was do or die moment. Everyone just ran forward. We got a good free kick, about 15 yards off the right side of the 18, and Maxie hit a good ball in. Chandler went up and competed for a ball, put it in perfect placing just back across, and luckily I was there. And all I was thinking in my head was just make contact with the ball, and luckily I hit it hit a goal. So just being able to save that moment in my brain forever is gonna be awesome. Especially in the first night I scored a professional goal. Yeah, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Physicality, the mental and physical grind of this game. What were some takeaways that you talked to the players after this game?
Just the little details, a couple set-piece goals, like PK, which I'm not even going to touch on. I don't know if I'm going to get fined for saying that, you know what I mean, but we'll let that slide. But yeah, just little details, like I think we pick those things up, then we'll leave this game 4-2, 4-1, and I think that's what, we want as a team, that's what the fans want, and that's what we're just going to continue to try to strive for.
And also, Dak, my final question. Do we have somewhat of a rivalry brewing with this Westchester team potentially?
Oh yeah, I mean I could see that. A little quick trip down I-95. Maybe we could, throw a little, see what ChatGPT could come up with a few rivalry terms. But no, I think it's a good team, man. I mean, it's an athletic team. They came in here after a long week, similar to what we went to last week with the win against Omaha, and then having to travel to Naples. Like, they were at Detroit for Open Cup, then they came here. Playing in America has those problems. You're all over the country, a massive country. So I think for us, it's just continuing to stay on the pace.
Thanks, Dad.